Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly video predictions for what I think is going to happen in next week's episode of The Walking Dead Season 7. This is for episode 10. It's called New Best Friends. And spoiler warning, if you guys have not seen the mid-season premiere as of yet, I posted my review. It's in the channel. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely check that out. Link will be in the description. You can click the channel name at the bottom left if you want to go ahead and check out my review of episode 9 mid-season premiere. Pretty solid mid-season premiere. Getting to see your comments now from most of you guys. Everybody, it seems like, is kind of the same page for the most part. That a lot of us really liked the premiere. It was pretty solid. Maybe not the best episode ever, certainly, but a good episode that had some pretty cool, unique things in it that we've never seen before. So it was good. So, of course, coming up after that episode, we end episode 9 with getting to see Rick and the others run into this new Junkyard Survivor group where we really don't know anything about them. For people that don't follow the comics, no spoilers because this group does not exist in the comics. This is a fully new group for the TV series. We do know, though, that versus the comics, the Saviors have even more members than they did in the comic book series. So Negan and the Saviors is a bigger group than it was. So we're getting to see this new group, the Junkyard group, and the episode's called New Best Friends. So are we to assume, of course, that this Junkyard group could be Rick and the others' new best friends? Thinking so. At first, when we first kind of heard about this group, it was kind of spoiled. They're kind of released, not really spoiled, but we had some pictures of the location that it was going to be a group living in a junkyard. The first thought that comes to your mind is probably that this group is most likely going to be a group of villains because of their attire, the way they look. They look a lot like villains if you saw them in any other show. For The Walking Dead, of course, a couple years almost into the zombie apocalypse now, getting to see this kind of a group, they're nasty, they're dirty, they probably haven't had a shower in 2 years, so, they're not looking very good, they don't look very healthy or any of their complexion, they're all mopey and everything, they don't look too happy, they don't look too well fed. This kind of group looks like it'd be something you'd see as a villain, and maybe normally they would be. Rick and the others might have to fight back against them. But now Rick and the others are kind of that wounded animal that people are going to take pity on. They really don't have anything for this group. If this group, what are they going to want to do to them? Aside from maybe like Terminus and being cannibals, if they're cannibals, which this group is not, right? But if they were, then maybe the group could be used to them. But almost anything aside from that, they're really not any use to them. Rick and the others are already under the Saviors, and so if this group wants Rick and the others to give them supplies, they don't really have any. In terms of weapons, Rick and the others, they just have enough to pretty much protect themselves against a few zombies, not a lot, and they don't have enough to fight back against another group. They really are pretty useless. So if this new Junkyard group is going to want them to, work for them or give them supplies or something, really, it's not going to be very useful for them. So, of course, we see in the final scene of the episode, which I really liked when it fades out, you see Rick and he kind of smiles because Rick knows this. Rick is very smart, and in this point, he knows, what's the worst that could happen? We have nothing for these people. Our lives are already kind of in tatters right now with the Saviors. Literally, their food shelves are empty at the moment because of what Gabriel did. So, what have they got to lose? They're a group that has really nothing to lose, and this really just looks like an opportunity. So, new best friends. So we see in the previews, we got 2 as usual on AMC's channel. We got next on New Best Friends, and we've got the sneak peek, which is called A New Camp, as we're getting to see it. And the description reads, while searching for a missing Alexandrian, Gabriel, Rick and his group encounter a mysterious collective. Its inhabitants unlike any they have come across before. And in the sneak peek, we can kind of see, it's a quick little sneak peek, but we see the Junkyard group from overhead, and it looks really cool. You've got, junk piled up everywhere. You've got a car here. You've got an entranceway, and kind of what it is in the sneak peek is just everybody walking in. So you have this whole group, and there's so many people. You just have tons of them just piling in, right? Tons and tons and tons. The ones that surrounded Rick and the others. And then you have Rick and Michonne walking in, and Rick's kind of he's happy. He's like, oh my God, this place is like a gold mine, right? It's a junkyard, but it's like a gold mine for us because look at the people. We don't have any people, and look at the people. There's a lot of people here, so this could be a great opportunity for them. So I like the sneak peek. It's a different sneak peek because there's nobody says anything. You just see them all kind of wander in. So that's cool. So click that one in the description so you guys can see that from AMC. The other one, next on New Best Friends. So we've got, this is what was shown at the end of the episode. So we've got the Junkyard group. We've got Rosita down on the ground missing the hat. So I don't know if someone took her hat or something. People like to take Rosita's hat. We own your lives. Want to buy them back. So that looks like the same lady that was spying on them. We were correct that it was a woman. I did a video on this 2 months ago. Check the channel if you don't believe me. And because just from the look of the hands and everything, the hands and the ratio of your shoulder to your waist on women, and also your head to your shoulders. Men have broader shoulders. You can fit usually 3 heads on a man. Women, it's like 2.5, something like that, depending on how skinny the woman is and how she's built. Some women, of course, are more masculine and stuff. But we knew it was a woman. So it looks like it's her. She was the one who was spying on him, which is pretty cool. And now we're getting to see her and Rick eye to eye. Her hair is weird, though. She's got like a part here, and then the rest is different color. It's just, it doesn't look that good. You know, you wouldn't ask her out on a date. But she looks pretty intense. So want to buy them back. Rick responds to her, the saviors own our lives. They will come looking. There is a way out. So Rick, you see, he's got this all figured out already. He knows that if this group does kill Rick and the others, that the saviors are going to, scour the area. They have so many men, they're going to find them. And when they do, having killed Rick and the others, they killed some. It's like because Rick and the others are under the saviors, it's kind of like they are saviors. They're saviors that are kind of defecting. So they're going to rise back. They're going to resist against them. They're going to fight back. But while they're under them, they have to work for them. So it's kind of like if another group was to come in and take them out, it's kind of like you took out part of Negan's group. You took out part of the Saviors, because Negan, of course, doesn't know that Rick and the others are going to fight back again, try to fight back. So pretty cool. So Rick knows this. He's discussing with her, and it looks like he's going to try to kind of let her know that, really, the only way here, you're going to run into them eventually. Eventually, they're going to find you. If you kill us, they're going to find you. If you let us go, well, we could promise not to tell them. But, if we run out of supplies, then maybe we'll tell them. So it's kind of like, it's almost like just by finding them, when you trace out all these possibilities, Rick and the group kind of has the upper hand here because they're under the protection of the greater group, right, of the Saviors, which is bigger than even this group. And also from this group, they don't look that well armed. Like they have arms, it looks like, but for the most part, it does not look like they carry a bazooka. It does not look like they have, the same kind of arms that the Saviors do have, which is very impressive. Even grenades and stuff like that, right? So the Saviors are stocked, right, and healthy and fed and just, the Saviors are ready to go if need be. So then we have, so we got some clips of Richard at the Kingdom looking at Morgan. There's one of that. There's one with Richard talking to Daryl. We want the same things. I need your help. Daryl's going to get his crossbow back, which we see, which is really cool. And we've got Ezekiel who goes to see Carol. We don't know what that's about. Daryl, of course, doesn't know that Carol's nearby. So looking forward to seeing Daryl and Carol being reunited again. And Daryl asking her, what's going on with you? This kind of thing. So that could be a really good scene. I can't wait to see when Daryl just talks to Carol and finds out, like, are you okay? What's going on? You left everybody. What's up? This kind of thing. So we'll see how that all plays out and when, Daryl and Carol eventually get reunited. It's funny because they're so close to each other, but yet they don't. Neither one really knows it. And then we basically end with the Junkyard Demigorgan, as we're calling him because of Stranger Things, the uber zombie that has the spikes put out that they've kind of, it looks like a makeshift put together a gladiator zombie. So, and then Rick kind of is like there on the ground or something. So maybe that could be a cool sequence at the beginning of this episode. That'd be cool in the intro to see. Maybe they throw Rick into a fighting pit or something with this this super zombie. See if Rick can take him out, like to measure him up. See how tough this group really is. And of course Rick will, if that is what's going to happen. This is just predictions, we don't know, but if that is what's going to happen, of course Rick would take out the Demigorgon super zombie. So that looks to be cool. It should be a good episode. Sometimes I like it with The Walking Dead when they go very close to the comics, but also too sometimes I like it when they bring something in like Daryl or Merle, who don't exist in the comics, and they put in enough effort into it. They do it really well. And I feel like this Junkyard group it feels like to me is a really intriguing group. You know, the idea of it, the concept of it, I think is adding something that wasn't there in the comic series that isn't just filler, but is actually quality. So for that, I like the idea. I think it's a really cool new group, and I'm intrigued, engaged, and excited to find out what this group has to offer for Rick and the others, and if they can join, if they become allies once Rick and the others gain their respect. I'm expecting Rick and the others will be forced to show them how tough they are to gain their respect, with Rick, their leader, having to do so against their super zombie project, so to speak. So you guys can let me know what you think, and of course I'll have a video posted for you guys soon, probably tomorrow or maybe later tonight. Do a Q&A. The first Q&A for this week is going to be, what the hell was Gabriel doing? Where was he going? Was someone in the car with him? We're going to discuss the stuff about Gabriel. So feel free to write your comments below, guys. Let me know what you think, what your predictions are. What was Gabriel doing, and do you think he's at the junkyard? It would make sense that he would be. Really weird behavior on his part, that he did at the beginning of the episode there. So let me know what you guys think, and if you like this predictions video, it should be a good episode, is really what I'm saying. It should be decent, should be good, and should continue to be intriguing, and a really nice setup for All Out War, which is, it's coming. We're getting there. We're marching to it right now. Let me know what you guys think. If you like this predictions video, please thumb it up below. Check out the clips, in the description below. Share through. You got a Facebook, you wouldn't mind sharing through for me. I appreciate it. Favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, bottom left to subscribe. That's it for this video, guys. We'll see you again soon for another Q&A today or tomorrow. It's Trev saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon. What do you want us to do? I don't know, viewer. How about a subscription? Do you think that might be in order? Or is that too much to ask?